Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Retro and Rare podcast episode for Transformer Tuesday. Now, Doyle, absolutely no reason why we said Transformer Tuesday. Getting a little bit sketchy on thinking of the things to say before the show. It's a freestyle. It's got to be off the top, and that's what I came up with. Since we were on the topic of Transformers, give me your top Transformer.
Bumblebee, right?
I mean, Optimus
Megatron?
Prime would be an optimal answer. But, I mean, it is opinion-based, so I'll give it to you regardless. But we are here on a Tuesday. It is, what is it, about 7 o'clock right now? No, it's 6 o'clock. That one clock over there on the Bose didn't do the auto, didn't do the daylight savings thing, so it's always an hour off. But
It's old.
It's starting to get dark out in
How
the
much
city.
years is that, though?
What, the Bose? That's an OG Bose wave radio. Now, you respect the Bose wave radio, okay? Because that thing does have incredible sound considering the size of the unit. But I'll tell you, you know what else impresses the fuck out of me? Is the app, what is it, the HomePod? I have the HomePod in my bedroom, which I never use, right? So you, cocksucker, talked me into buying some fancy ass fucking sound bar over here, right? This LG crazy multi-$1,000 sound setup, right? The fucking subwoofer completely fucked up. Doesn't work at all. And I always play my music. I got my routine at night. I get out of the shower. Bro, I forgot that I had that fucking HomePod in there. Bro, the thing sounds a billion times better than that sound bar. And it's this big.
All right, calm down.
You care to explain?
We got to figure out what's going on with it.
No, you scammed me. You scammed me into buying that fucking thing. Now, the TV is great. I've been watching some Netflix lately. Movie of the week this week was Hollow Man, Kevin Bacon. You familiar with Hollow Man?
Oh, that's a good one.
Where, he gets invisible, he puts the juice in and gets invisible, and then he does sketchy shit because he's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, he explains that he can't go to sleep because his eyelids are
Oh,
transparent.
the eyelid, yeah.
What do you think?
He gets a little bit crazy. And he breaks into that chick's apartment in the beginning, and he does some sketchy, questionable things. I don't know, because, me personally, I would be completely innocent if I was invisible. I wouldn't do anything like that at all.
Can you sleep with your eyelids open?
Yeah, I sleep with my eyes open all the time, bro. You never know when I'm sleeping. If I'm just staring at you like this, I could be sound asleep. You'd never know it. You might try to do something sketchy, and I'll catch you because my eyes are still open, even though I'm sleeping. Anyway, so yeah, Hollow Man, decent movie. I remembered from years ago, and I like watching those random movies I haven't seen in a minute, so it was cool. I fucked with it. And then other than that, I was watching a bunch of documentary series, and you remember Unsolved Mysteries, right? Remember the show?
Oh.
Well, your boy, who was the host? Was it William Shatner? No, it was the other guy, the sketchy guy. I forget his name.
Bob Saget?
No, rest in peace, Bob Saget. Why are you bringing that up already, man? Then we had that in the rundown.
Oh, he's a good host.
No, Bob Saget is. First of all, I guess now I can't skip over it. I gotta pause my Unsolved Mysteries and say rest in peace to Bob Saget, aka Danny Tanner, aka host of America's Funniest Home Videos, which was a great show, the OG version, and then the theme song to America's Funniest Home Videos I fuck with. Of course, famously, Bob Saget, I remember when I knew him as Danny Tanner and I knew him as America's Funniest Videos, and I never realized he was like a dirty, dirty comic, bro. Like, Bob Saget is one of the dirtiest comics ever and says some of the most wild shit ever, which is great. He's also a great comic. He's a funny guy in general, but it's so funny to see that we know him as this, but really he's this, and, he made a whole career off of that. Here's the thing. First of all, Doyle, you know where he died, right? Right here in Orlando, right down the block in the Waldorf Astoria, I believe he was in, or the Four Seasons, or one of the nicer hotels right here in downtown. They found him in the hotel room, 65 at 4 in the morning or something. He was dead. What's going on?
How they found him?
I guess maybe family or friend, or I don't know. I don't know if it was suicide. He's 65. It's not that old. He didn't seem to be in terrible health. I don't know if it was COVID related. It probably wasn't. It's sad no matter what. No matter which way, no matter, it doesn't matter. It's sad, and I feel bad about it. And he's a legend, and 65 is too young. We lost Betty White last week, right? Right before her 100th birthday. Sad. And they always, the celebrity thing, right? It comes in threes. Isn't that weird? It pretty much does come in threes, which is kind of off-putting in a certain regard. I'm not sure. But anyway, let me get back to, I was talking about Unsolved Mysteries because they rebooted the series, I think, last year. And if you're in Orlando, there's a radio station, Real Radio. Doyle, you know I'm an avid listener of Real Radio. You're familiar with the Monsters in the Morning. And my boy Angel, remember SBK? I used to listen to SBK Live, which was on at night. These are talk radio shows, FM based, not AM, 104.1. And I got to know Angel really well from the show. Angel, he's from Puerto Rico. He's like 6'7". He's a tall dude, really great guy. He's a DJ. He's cool as fuck. And back when I first moved down here, I used to go down to the radio station, and through getting to know them, they used to let me sit in the radio station, hang out with them. I was on the show every once in a while. I would do some freestyles on the show every once in a while, and it was really cool. Anyway, fast forward all these years later, I remember last year, before I moved out here, I was in my pool at my other house, and I was listening to Angel on his morning show talk about how him and his family were going to be featured on the first episode of the reboot of Unsolved Mysteries. And I was like, what? And I knew he had a brother, and I knew something happened to his brother, but we never really talked about it. Come to find out, his brother has this amazing story of he passed away, but his death is kind of weird and unsolved. And it's on Netflix, Unsolved Mysteries, and I believe the episode is something, I forget what it's called, Murder or something on a Rooftop. So if you want to watch that, check it out. I'm not going to spoil the story for you, but it's kind of sketchy and weird, and there's definitely twists and turns and things going on there. So check it out. It's weird to see because Angel was on the show. I mean, it's an hour plus documentary based, like really in-depth deep dive into his brother and his life and all this shit. And Angel's, I'm like watching him on the show. I'm like, that's fucking Angel. Like, it was just crazy. And I hit him up after to say, like, yo, all right, this is tragic that happened to your brother and all of this. Like, it just blew my mind. So it was also in my Netflix. I was going a little ham this past week on Netflix. Anything else I watch? I watched something Machu Picchu shit, some aliens. I always watch the pyramids and all that crazy shit.
I almost died on the rooftop.
What?
I flew a kite on the rooftop in Peru. Everybody was afraid that I fell.
Time out. You flew a kite on a rooftop in Peru, and okay, I'm gonna just give you a chance to explain. Go ahead.
That was it. I flew a kite on the rooftop in Peru, and everybody was scared that I was gonna fall off. It could have been a murder on the rooftop. Me and my cousin went up there.
And how old were you?
Like 7.
You're a little baby Nino.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were 7 running around Peru. Now, did you see any aliens in Peru?
Nah.
No, but you do tell me that your people and your family there have told you about the little orbs in the woods. They have corroborated that story.
Yeah.
You know about those. Yeah, you don't like that I know about those, but I know about those.
Well, they have certain places in Machu Picchu that are cut off.
So you can't go there?
No.
The aliens are there. They're probably just chilling there, like at a resort or something.
But it could be booby traps.
I mean, yeah. It could be a booby trap. Like the boy from Goonies. $50 bill. Now, that kid, that Asian kid, that's the same kid. Is that the same kid that's in Indiana Jones?
Oh.
Is that him? Maybe someone in the audience here knows. But leave it in the comments if the $50 bill is the same kid as Indiana Jones.
Oh, you're saying they all look alike?
No, hey, I did not say that. I just think in this case, the time frame is. It seems like it could be. He could, and he's happened to be in movies. I think it could be.
Why you said hey though?
I could be wrong though about that. And no, I'm not saying they all look alike though. Don't try to catch me in a racist trap early on in the show, okay? You scumbag. I did not. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, I want you. You have to give me $100 bill. or a $50 bill. I'll take either one. Let me see. Did I watch anything else on Netflix worth noting? I got back into the 9/11 stuff. There's some documentary about like the the behind the scenes of the days leading up and then afterwards and then going after the terrorists and then, man, bro. And then I started watching the rise and fall of Al Qaeda and all the Osama bin Laden and how everything came to be with Afghanistan. And God, man, there's so much sketchy shit going on.
But one of the conspiracies say that one of the hero stories wasn't real, that they shot down the plane because it was going to
the one in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
No, I mean, okay. So when I watched the documentary, what happened was they initially gave the green light at that point to shoot down any commercial airliner that wasn't responding to air traffic control or whatever, because every plane had to be grounded, every single plane. And one of the military guys they were interviewing was like, to be honest, I thought we 100% shot that plane down, and I felt terrible, and come to find out that it wasn't. And they apparently bum rushed the cockpit and they
the hero story,
the hero thing.
I
I mean, look, I don't think it's not true. It sounds like it could happen. It's heroic as fuck, and unfortunately all those other people died. And then I'm not gonna lie, I still have my questions about 9/11 without disrespecting the dead or any of that. It's just kind of, it's weird. Like I always said, the Pentagon thing is weird to me. Like the Pentagon thing seems like, how did a plane hit that building? But there's really no parts of the plane. Even the one video they have, it just looks like I don't want to say a missile, but a cylindrical piece. But then I try to think about, well, what's the point? Why would they shoot a missile into it? And your mind goes in a million different places. It just seems like a 747 or whatever size jet it was didn't hit that building. But I'm not exactly an architectural expert, even though you are, Doyle. You have a degree in architecture. You don't understand the structural integrity of the Pentagon, which is a very large building, actually.
I would think a big ass plane like that could take down a building.
Well,
that's that tall.
Well, we're talking about the Twin Towers, which people look. I definitely think planes hit the Twin Towers. The thing is, there are some people out there who think those planes were fucking holograms and all kind of crazy shit. People physically saw them.
Well, people died. I don't get how.
Well, that was the other thing. Is like, what about the families? Like, right? Like, if there were actual people on those planes, and people think that the families were plants and they were set up and they're not real. And no, stop it. I personally know, not people that were on planes, but I definitely know first responders that were affected and died, and families affected majorly, and people that are still affected to this day.
Yeah, you were in New York, right?
Yeah, I was in Long Island. But we're not going to make this a 9/11 show. We're not going down that rabbit hole. I just want to say that I was.
But it's on Netflix.
I was on Netflix this week, and I was bouncing around a lot of things. It started innocently with Hollow Man, and it ended with some 9/11 documentaries. Yeah, I still get. Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I still get emotional when I watch the 9/11 shit. Like, it still fucks with me, like it happened today. I mean, I still sometimes can't believe that whole day actually happened, and it was that intense and hardcore and just sad and crazy. But it happened, and God bless the dead, and we can move on from it.
Well, we'll do what the news does.
In other news,
We'll go to the weather.
oh, thank you, Doyle, for bringing that up. Go ahead and give me the weather here in downtown Orlando.
All right, so we got the sunset
Okay.
at 5:48, and then it's 69.
Okay.
Real feel 65.
Yeah, I mean, it was brisk the other day. I feel like
Tonight, 53.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that. The 50s is clean. Get that nice cool air.
Ideal
I like
humidity. Mad wind gusts 24 miles an hour.
It says mad wind gusts. It doesn't say mad wind gusts.
Northeast.
Okay. All right. I mean, you know what's funny? You know what was all over the news, and you were breaking news that day. That crazy shit in Virginia. That people were stuck in traffic. Remember, you brought that up I'm like, why are you telling me weather in Virginia, bro? People were stuck there an entire day. An entire day went by. People had to sleep in their cars on the highway in Virginia because it was frozen. I don't remember what the problem was. I think a truck broke down or something, and they didn't have the equipment to move it or some shit. I mean, that was crazy, bro. The fact that a disabled vehicle or something like that could cause that much of a fucking problem. I mean, how are they not prepared for that? I don't even understand how that could happen. Sketchy. I mean, I've been in. What's the longest you ever sat in traffic for, Doyle? A few hours max.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a 4 to 6 hour. I mean, I think we've all done it at some point. Whether
When I went to the Vita, I think I used to get stuck.
yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah, you used to make excuses when you used to come to my other house, and then you used to use the Fear and Loathing line. A stingray hit a pedestrian. You fucking idiot. All right, but anyway, I think we could talk about trinkets today. We Venom here, we got MF Doom, and we got the MPC 2000. There's really no rhyme or reason for it at this point. We're just putting trinkets up, and I think they go well together, especially this one here. And Venom is just there for the aesthetic, pleasing value of it.
Not the Gladiator though.
This? No, this is the mask. This is the OG, and this is the special one. This is with the Wu-Tang. You don't want to fuck with that. This is a very important piece of hip-hop history that I am blessed to have in my presence, and I've had it for a long time.
That's Maximus.
Are you not entertained? No, it's not. That's MF Doom. That's Metal Face. That's the masked villain, who actually, I believe the anniversary of his death, maybe I'm crazy, I thought it was pretty recent. Which sucks that MF Doom is not here anymore. Shout out Long Island, another one of Long Island's greatest MCs, which is incredible. All right, why don't we get to some topics here today, Doyle? What do we got?
All right, so we got Dope Gaming 91.
Okay.
Do you think Metal Gear 4 is the ultimate fan service game?
What do you mean by that? I don't even know what
I guess it means, does it live up to the expectations? The ends?
I mean, Metal Gear 4. I mean, I remember playing it for the first time, being blown away by it, just because it was so in depth and detailed. And now Metal Gear 5, I wasn't fucking with. Phantom Pain, I was excited for it, but Metal Gear Solid 4 seems to be really where it's at. Like, it was like the story in itself, I mean, just like most Metal Gears, was just crazy. But like some of the gameplay aspects were dope. And coming off of Snake Eater, see, here's what's cool about Metal Gear. A lot of people will die for their favorite Metal Gear game. Like, I know people that Snake Eater is the best. To me, I love Sons of Liberty, and I know I'm in the minority of that. A lot of people are like, what? Sons of Liberty? That's where it got convoluted and people didn't like it. I loved it. I had such a great eye-opening experience with Sons of Liberty. It just took me the right way. Now, the OG is my favorite. Of course, that's my favorite video game of all time. But the fourth one, man, it took me forever to beat the fourth one, I'll be honest. I still never finished Phantom Pain. I just lost interest in it. I don't know. It didn't hit me right. Then they tried to come out with Metal Gear Survive or whatever the fuck that was after that. They were just trying to capitalize on the game type at the time. But you ever played Metal Gear 4 on PS3?
That's the one where he grows old?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one's good.
They give him the,
I might have spoiled it, right?
Yeah, well, you might have spoiled it a little bit.
No, but the fifth he's old in the fifth one. Right? He has a red arm.
Yeah. He's got a red arm, yeah. But when Kojima's not involved in Metal Gear, I really am not a huge fan. That's really how it goes for me.
Twin Snakes?
Oh, yeah, Twin Snakes. It's just a remake of the OG, but GameCube. I know, but I like Twin Snakes. I know some people, once again, they had a problem with it. I liked it.
Metal Gear Acid?
Yeah, PSP versions, not so much. But I mean, I played it, it didn't really do it for me. Now, we're still talking about the Metal Gear Solid movie. I don't know if it's in production or it's just in talks. Just let Kojima direct the whole thing and it'll be fine.
What about Metal Gear for the Game Boy?
Oh, yeah, the Metal. It's pretty good. Game Boy Color. Ghost Babel. You just like the title.
What about 3DS?
I hated that game. That's another one. Yeah, you tried to get me on the 3DS. You're like, yo, it's got Metal Gear. And I'm like, all right, let me check it out. Basura. Yeah. I wasn't feeling that one. All right, what do we got? Give me another topic. We'll move fast and furious today.
All right, so we got 8-Bits Retros. Besides the new Patreon merch, what else are you looking forward this year?
Well, just to address that, we definitely need to get on top of that. We need to. I'm gonna start cracking the whip here. We got to get the Patreon going, and we got to get the merch going. I actually have a lead on the merch right now, which I don't think I should talk about the company we're using yet. We're gonna do a collab first, and then we'll do exclusive merch. But I don't want to, because we didn't finalize anything yet, but we're really close to doing something pretty big, and I'm excited. And the Patreon page has got to go up, and we got to get some more content. I think that's a reoccurring theme on the show that we speak about. We have to bring it to fruition. It's important. And what was this other question? Oh, what else we got going on or looking forward to in the year?
Yeah.
I mean, new episodes of the show. We're continuing to do the show, and we just got to evolve it, man. We got to do some other type of content that'll create content for the show. You know what I'm saying? For instance, you know what? Fucking told you to be here 3 hours earlier than you came today. You know why? I was trying to bring your ass to the casino. And what did you do? You showed up 3 hours late, and you know what you told me? What do you mean? I ain't got no money. What am I going to do in the casino? Doyle, we could have went to the casino, had a great fucking time. I might have won a lot of money playing blackjack, or like you said, you might have lost a lot of money. Who cares? We could have had a good time. It would have been great content for the show. You know what kind of content it is for the show now? Me bitching about you showing up late again.
We'll take the gimbal. We'll do it next week.
Can we film in there out there in the casino? That might break your legs. I know you can't have
the people ask for it.
The people want it, yeah. The people definitely want it. Why wouldn't they want it? Especially watch me lose money. Well, now here's a little secret. I'll let you know a little secret. The real reason I wanted to go to the casino today is Uncle Mikey. I took a trip the other day by myself. And I know I went through my long story about how I lost money that time and I wasn't going back. Listen, I love the drive to the casino because it's a straight shot down the highway. It's like 60 miles, 70 miles away, but it's a straight, I get on right here and I get off the exit in Tampa, cruise control, 80 miles an hour, got my coffee, got the beats on, chilling like Bob Dylan on penicillin, and I love it. I get there, and I try to do my OG thing that I always do. I kind of walk around a little. I get the vibe. I play a couple of slot machines, see if I win. Nope, they just gobble up my $20 bills like it's fucking free. And then I hit the old blackjack tables. Now, blackjack is a hit or miss game. It comes in waves. There are some times where, and I play usually the $50 tables, sometimes the $25 tables. There was a $100 table that was open. I went to the $50 tables, and you know what? Immediately I was up $350. I should have took my dumb ass home and just left with $350 within 20 minutes, and I could have just went home. You know what I did? I chopped down that 300 and now I'm only up 100. I go, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have a lunch. I get my stupid chicken sandwich at the Hard Rock Cafe. I come back out. I lose $200 immediately when I come back out. And then I lost $300. So now I'm down. I remember I took $500 out of the ATM. And I always tell myself, whatever I take out of the ATM, if it goes, I'm done, I leave. But the problem now is, I'm starting to get no, fuck that, I gotta win this money back. Bro. So I lost the $500 and I took $200 more out of the ATM. And I said to myself, all right, now you're starting to you're being an asshole now. Because now this is where people get into problems, and I'm over-exaggerating a little on the gambling problem thing. Because but I shouldn't have took that extra $200 out. But I'm going to tell you this. I was already down $5, took $200 out, so now I'm it's $700. I ended up leaving the casino only down $200.
Oh. So
I had a nice couple of hits at the blackjack table. I took my money and I said I'm going to cut my losses, and then I actually left. And that was
you won money, but you were still
I was
negative.
Up $300, and then I dropped it down, lost the $300, then I lost the other $200, so the $5 is gone that I had. I know my math is a little convoluted here, but trust me, I was down $500 that I came in with. And then I took $200 more out. And I tried to use that 200. I said, yo, excuse me, I gotta maximize what I can get out of this 200. Like, I hope to God I get 1,000. I ended up winning pretty decent, but I still left the casino losing $200. Actually, I'm lying to everybody. I lost 300.
Oh.
So I drove all the way. But you know what? I still feel decent because I was like, I could have been down 700. Now that's how you know. That's how you know you're a real asshole. When you're starting to go, you know what? My loss is not that bad. I could have been down, 700. Yeah. So I figured, you know what? If I bring your dumb ass with me, you're going to bring me some kind of luck. We'll have a different experience. I might walk in there, fucking Sam Rothstein, all of a sudden I'm up 1,000, and it's like, oh, and then we leave.
I can give you messages.
You don't do anything like that. Don't fuck around, bro. You cannot fuck around at a casino like that. Don't start giving me the fucking the signs. Don't do any of that. They'll take you in the back. Yo, bro, when they bring out the chips, bro, they brought out all these chips. The guy brought out 75,000 in chips. They were just refilling the table, but I was like, damn, I'm just looking at them like, give me them shits. Give me all of them shits. The $1,000 chips are nice. I'm like, let me have a couple of those. Not really. There was this one dude next to me, man. He was betting $100 a hand, and this motherfucker just kept losing, and he was just taking out He had giant knots of hundreds, and he was getting loud and boisterous. They kicked him off the table. Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely. I'm gonna prejudge and say he was dealing some kind of narcotics because the way that he had his money set up and the way he just pulled it out of his sweatpants was all messy and just there was giant. It couldn't even fold. It was just hundreds.
He was having a bad night.
I don't know what he was doing, bro. It was like West Side Gun playing fucking blackjack with me. But he was killing it. I mean, he ended up getting money, and then I heard him scream from across the casino because he won a huge hand because he bet 5,000 on one hand because it's the max bet, and he won. Like, damn, see, that's the thing, bro. Then get the other 5,000. Or he could have lost it. So that's gambling. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we are going back to the fucking casino because I need to have my revenge.
You going to pay 5,000?
I'm going to regret. No, I'm not going to bet 5,000. It would be nice if I won, though. If I could go into it knowing I'm going to win, then yeah. But that's not going to happen unless we have a time machine.
Put your faith in the heart of the cards.
Man, bro, it's rough because blackjack is so sketchy, man. It's so sketchy. Like, sometimes I think I'm smarter than I really fucking am, and I don't hit because I'm like, no, I tell the dealer every time, I'm going to make you bust. And then they get like a fucking 2 or a 3, and I'm like, I needed the 2 or the 3, and now I have a 14, and they got an 18. They just heartlessly take your money. They don't even look at you in the fucking face. Cocksuckers. What can I do, though, bro? Honestly. Damn it, bro. It's just that blackjack. Like, it's a simple game that just seems straightforward. Yo, you know what's funny? I hit about 4 or 5 actual blackjacks that day. Pretty good. I mean, I didn't play all that many hands, and I'm like, yeah, as soon as I see the ace come up, I'm like, yes, and then deal. King, I'm like, yeah, give me my money. Should have bet more. And then I got to be honest, I got to get a little more savvy in what I'm doing. Because, there's ways to bet. You could bet with the dealer, match the dealer, and then, you're supposed to tip. And when I started, it was funny. I started tipping the dealer $5 when I started winning big. All of a sudden, I'm fucking winning more and more and more. I'm like, I got to start tipping the dealers more. Total luck, total ridiculous.
Yeah, go to the same guy that was giving you tips.
That was funny. That one Asian guy, that was crazy. He's like, no, you don't want to hit there. I'm like, what? And then he told me, he's like, I'm not going to tell you again. I'm like, okay. And then they put up these, ever since I went back from last time, they put up the like little COVID, like clear plastic things, and it's a little stupid. Like on the tables, there's like dividers, and they're clear.
Cases are rising.
Nah. I don't know. Anyway, I got off on a tangent. We are gonna. I think that's what I was getting at. We're gonna create content. We just bring the camera with us, bro. We'll film the ride there. I don't know what's going to happen if you walk in the casino with the camera. I don't know how that works.
Nah, they're going to get pissed.
Yeah, but you could do it with your phone, though. I see people on their phones all the time in there. See, that's where I get confused. I'm like, so you don't care if I film on my phone, but if we have like a legitimate camera, it's a problem? I'll just do it like I do everything in my life. We'll do it until someone says you can't do it. And then we'll go, oh, I didn't know.
With the gimbal?
Yeah, it might be. It's too obvious. Too much of a production.
Ah.
Either way, you go to the casino and you got to know what you're taking out money wise. You got to be able to actually lose. You start missing your rent payments, your car payments, things like that start fucking up because you're gambling away your money. You might want to check it out. You might want to call one of those little hotlines there and be like, bro, I got a problem. But until then, it's all fun and games. And honestly, a couple of times I've won pretty decent money. So it's entertaining to say the least. And it's the thrill of it, I'm still not a huge gambler guy, I got to be honest. But it's fun every once in a while to go there. So we'll do that. Anyway, another topic. What do we got?
All right, so we got Uptown St. Clair Collects.
Okay.
Thoughts on the Once Upon a Time Shaolin Pictures leak? The government?
Oh, of the album? The Once Upon... The fucking... The Sacred Wu album.
The government got a hold of it.
Yeah, well, because they took it from... what's his name? Martin Shkreli. They took it from him because he fucked up. And then now the government has it, so the government's bumping that shit somewhere in the Oval Office or something. I don't know.
Who's for the children?
It is for the children. I remember I one time asked Raekwon, I'm like, yo, let me just... I know you got the track list. He's like, nah, son, that shit's exclusive. I'm like, all right, bro, let me hear something. Give me a bar. Give me a lyric from it. And he was like, nah, man. He's like, that... I'm like, yo, how do I obtain that? He's like, you got to pay for it.
What are they going to do with it?
I was in on the bidding, but it got a little out of hand. People start getting in the multi-hundreds of thousands up into the millions. I'll just have to assume that it's dope. But they had it in... Didn't they have it in that museum in Paris? You could pay like 10 grand and you can listen to it. Literally, you just put headphones on. You're like, oh, okay, oh. And then you just go home. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless you got, the Elon Musk chip in your head and then maybe you could listen to it and then you could record it through your eardrums. It stays in the chip and then you could put out bootlegs. That's using the knowledge, bro. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm on the list. I'm going to be the first candidate to get the Neuralink from Elon Musk, and I'm sure there's a recording feature like that. And then I'm going to find out where the album is. I'm going to listen. I'm going to say, I just want to hear it. Put it on, switch the little thing in my brain, and it's going to record it, and then I'll share it with the world. Sounds legit, right?
It's not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I saw the pictures of the album. I mean, that case. I mean, that case, the picture of the case of it and all that's been out for a while. But it is dope as shit. I mean, it looks fucking phenomenal. It's like kind of reminds me of like the Watch the Throne album, where it was like that gold with the multi-layers and that kind of textured. But it's like, it looks like it's substantial. Be a great collector piece. It'd be a nice trinket for the table, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but why did he do it like that?
Yo, peace, God.
That's not what ODB would have wanted.
How do you know what ODB would want? Do you know him personally?
I met his mom.
Did you?
Yeah.
What?
She came into the store.
You met ODB's mom.
Yeah.
What was she looking for?
I think it was a TV.
Did you sell her a TV?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Now, let me ask you a question. How did you know it was ODB's mom?
She was like, oh, you like the Wu-Tang? And I was like, yeah. Because she saw me rocking the Wu watch.
Oh, the Casio G-Shock Wu-Tang watch. Okay.
And she's like, I'm ODB's mom. I'm like, what?
Now, how long ago was this? Now, obviously, this is since he's passed.
This was like 2-3 years ago.
Oh, shit. I was going to say, did she have a vintage Wu-Tang shirt on? Because then I would say, ma'am, I'm going to have to purchase that from you.
No. She was dressed nicely, though. She was a nice lady.
Well, you know what? That's Doyle. That's probably your first, I'm going to say great, because it's not good. That's a great story that you met ODB's mom.
She looked like ODB a little bit, too.
Did you tell her that you're the Osiris of this bitch? I mean...
I told her, I was like, there's no father in style.
Oh, okay. I mean, ODB's son is like a spitting image of him. You ever seen him on Instagram? He looks just like ODB. As he should. Now, ODB, if I'm not mistaken, has a few children. I think, yeah. I mean, he may have some he doesn't even know about. You know what? Speaking of that, this is a quick transition. So we did my Ancestry. We finally got the results in on the old Ancestry, because for those that don't know, I don't know who my actual real father is. I have no idea who he is. I didn't know who my real mother was for a while there, but we found that out too. There was a whole story behind that, but we'll skip all that. So my girlfriend has been on me about she wants to know. I'm like, dude, I'm Italian and Irish. My name's Michael Anthony. I know this side of my family for sure is Irish. I know it. We didn't know about the other side of my family though. So we took the test, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I'm right down the motherfucking middle. Irish, Italian. 50-50, not some crazy. 50-50.
Unsolved Mysteries?
Yeah. I mean, I was okay. While I was waiting for the results, a part of me was hoping that I was some random crazy, I don't know, fucking Scandinavian, some crazy shit. It's exactly what I thought I was. And then you know what? You kind of look at me in the kind of way I am. I'm Irish and Italian. That makes sense.
No wonder you get mad so much.
Well, what does that mean?
Italianos.
You know, that's what my girlfriend does now. Whenever I say something or do something, and she's like, oh, that's the Italian side. I'm like, oh, fuck out of here, bro. And then, like, the day before, I was not. Now, all of a sudden, it's my Italian side. Okay, I understand. But I'm 50-50, which is fine. I'm with that. You know what? That would be my two choices to be anyway. I like Irish and Italian. I love everything about both of those cultures. And you know what? It's so funny that I grew up in such an Italian, I mean, in Nassau County, Long Island, where I grew up, it was fucking, they used to call it matzo pizza. I'm from Massapequa. They used to call it matzo pizza. Either you're Italian or you're fucking Jewish. And there was plenty of Irish people there too, which, whatever, but that's the results. I know that I brought that up a few, I don't remember how many weeks ago on the show it was, but I did bring up about I was having my Ancestry, all that shit done. Now, here's the thing. There's one woman that is like a 30-something% match, like really high match of my DNA on the Italian side. And immediately my girlfriend takes my phone and she starts fucking DMing this chick like, yo, I'm trying to find my father, and this lady never answered. But it's an Italian woman and it tells me it's either my sister, I never knew I had a sister, or it could be, I don't know. So we're trying to figure it out. I don't know.
You gonna go?
We'll go where? Oh, like meet them?
Back to the homeland.
Nah. What, to Italy? Forget about it. I'm over here. Nah, I'm not going anywhere. I don't even have my fucking passport. That's another thing. I gotta get my passport. I don't like how long it takes to get your passport. Why can't I just go to fucking Walgreens, take a picture? I'm ready to go out of the country. Why do I gotta do this like 12 to 16 week process, bro? I found my birth certificate. And I found I have my social security card. That should be enough. I should be able to just get on a plane with my birth certificate and social card anyway and just let me go to fucking Paris or wherever I gotta go. I don't know. It seems a little sketchy. But anyway, that is the results. I am 50-50. Northern Italy or something or whatever it is, and then Ireland. A leprechaun of some kind too as well. Take me pot of gold. Whatever. You know what I want to do, Doyle? I was just peeking over at this. Let's.
You want to gamble some more?
Yeah, let's gamble some more. Let's gamble some more. Let's open up the Pokemon. Now, you didn't pre-rip this pack for me, bro.
Oh, you can do it.
I'm not good at this, bro. And I cut my nails today like a normal human being. I could have used them. I might need a knife for this.
You gotta split it.
Yeah, but I have a phobia.
There you go.
No, it's not. It's not quite. Here, you do it. Look at that throw, bro. That throw is phenomenal.
Yeah, so what we do.
You're more of a pro at opening. I just don't. You know what it is? I don't want to ruin the worthless cards that are in here. Okay.
Could be the Charizard.
All right. Charge hard like Charizard with a charge card. All right. So let's do this. Now, once again, I know. I'm getting better at the drill now. I know to take this out, and I'm supposed to shuffle them or something, right? Okay, cool. What do we got this week, Doyle?
Palkia. All right, here we go.
Okay, what is this?
Professor Oaks. All right.
Professor X?
It's hot.
Okay.
What do we got? Xerneas, and that's it.
And what's it?
One more Groudons.
Yeah, okay. Once again, Doyle, I could tell by the tone of your voice, es basura. So, once again, kids, we just spoke about gambling and how it can affect your life negatively. The Pokemon opening pack of the week, presented by Doyle's 25th anniversary, right? That's where it's from, your collection. We're just showing you, I think that's the third or fourth week in a row where we got absolutely nothing. Trying to tell the young kids out there that it is bullshit, it's a gambling ring, and don't do it. I'm just here to save the children.
We're in the negatives.
I believe so at this point. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, see? You could have sold that entire box to somebody for triple the money you paid for it, and they wouldn't have got shit out of it.
We never know.
I understand that. I just, I got to be honest. I just went through a whole story about the casino, and the whole reason I'm going there is you never know. I can go in there and win $5,000 one day. I can go in there and lose $5,000 one day. You never know. But that's the game. It is what it is. All right, give me another topic. I thought we would just break it up there with a little bit of Pokemon action, because the people like that.
All right, so we got Exo Space Ghost. Oh, Chippy. Funcoland Memories.
I think I talked about Funcoland Memories once on the podcast. Specifically when I went to trade in, or I found out about wait, you could take your old system and fucking trade it and get credit to buy a new one, because I really wanted the PlayStation 1 that had just or it was coming out. And I took my Sega Genesis down there. I told my mother, yo, I could take all this Sega Genesis and all these games, and then I could get the new one, and you won't even have to pay for it. It'll just be an even. I tried to convince her. And we went down there, and I had stacks of games, and I had my system. They were like, okay, man, we'll give you $32. Bro, my mother went into, battle mode. She was fucking pissed, bro. She's like, $32? Because, I paid all kind of money. So I took the L on that. I didn't get it. But then that Christmas, I ended up getting the PlayStation when it came out anyway. But I just figured, which was so great, because I ended up keeping that Genesis for so many years, my OG Genesis, and then I still have the OG, the arcade stick, which is my original one. Now, I got lucky growing up with the Genesis because my mother, who was an RN at Nassau County Medical Center for 40 years, she worked in pediatrics at first, right? And then she ran a blood donor room and all this stuff, but she was in charge or partly in charge of all the donations. And the donations would sit there for weeks and weeks, and there was a certain amount of thing where they would just end up shipping them back. They were for kids and stuff. Well, you know what a lot of the donations were? Genesis games. And I used to get a lot of Genesis games. My mother would come home with and they were mostly sports titles. I specifically remember a lot of EA carts with the yellow tab. And I would get a lot of free Genesis games, a lot of free baseball and basketball cards, comic books, all type of shit. And I was like, come to think of it years later, I'm like, some poor sick kid should have been enjoying these, and I'm fucking in my basement yeah, playing Madden and shit. But apparently they would sit there for months and months and months, and then they would just either get rid of them or somehow, or my mother just had the hookup and she would bring them home, which was amazing, and I appreciated that.
It's better than throwing them away,
No, of course. But other than that, though, Funcoland was just a great store. I remember specifically the Funcoland that I went to was on Hempstead Turnpike in Long Island. And it was right by or next to a music store called Coconuts, which was a great music store. It's actually where I bought my first CD ever, which was The Chronic by Dr. Dre in 1992. My mother had to buy it for me. I had no idea what it was. And I got in the car and I opened up the CD and had the giant weed leaf on it. Thank you, Babs. Appreciate that. That really started my love for hip-hop for real. In 92, I was young, you know what I mean? And that was my first exposure to a CD that I just played forever and ever and ever and learned hits such as Bitches Ain't Shit. I remember going to school, just Bitches Ain't Shit, but shit. That was my shit.
That's wise quote of the day.
I used to know a bitch named Mary Wright. Used to roam around and fuck the hoes at night. I was a little kid. I was in first grade? Second grade? How old are you in first grade? 6?
Yeah.
And the only reason I know that is it's a Jay-Z lyric. Because your boy got more 6s than first grade. He was talking about 600 beans, but he was referring to the age.
What about Let Me Ride?
Yeah, let me ride. Oh, yeah, you like that. Want to be a bitch. You just like that at the beginning. I always say that. But, the melodies on that shit were just so perfect. I actually, a lot of people know me for Mr. East Coast boom bap biased, I really, as a younger kid, really enjoyed the melodies and the funk sound of the West Coast. And one of my other favorite albums was G-Funk Era with, Warren G. I mean, this DJ is one of my my personal top 10, if not 20 favorite hip hop songs of all time. Street lights just came on, and my mama's in the street telling me to come home. Hit the gates and the hops on my swing. Tell the homies I then. That was my that shit. That was my. I love that song. I love that whole album. But anyway, yes, I digress. There was a music store named Coconuts next to Funcoland. Funcoland was just an incredible video game store. I'm trying to think of other video game stores back then. I mean, what was there? Babbage's and Electronic Boutique. I mean, because this is early 90s we're talking about here. So
Hollywood Video?
Hollywood Video, I don't even think Hollywood Video was around then. I think it was a few years later when Hollywood Video came out. It was like late 90s. But Funcoland, I remember they went out of business. I was like, man, I used to ride my bike all the way to fucking Funcoland. Matter of fact, one of my stories was getting Metal Gear Solid from Funcoland. I talked about that, how I rented Metal Gear Solid and then returned it before the actual rental date because I wanted to beat it, but I wanted it to be my own copy. I told that whole story already, but I rode my bike all the way to motherfucking Funcoland for that shit. And it was worth it. I'd do it again if I could. On my Robinson Rebel, which I'm still looking for. If anybody has like a mid-90s Robinson Rebel BMX bike in good condition, go ahead and ship it on down here to Orlando. I would appreciate it.
What about the Samsung GX?
What, the GX TV? Oh, you know what's funny? Speaking of Funcoland, that's where I first learned about the Samsung GX. That, and also there was a flea market up the road on Hempstead Turnpike called Tri-County Flea Market. And both Funcoland and Tri-County at the very top had displays and setups of the Samsung GX TV, which as a kid just blew my mind. It was, it's only a 13-inch TV. I believe it's 13, with the giant doors that open, the speakers. I mean, I still have mine in there, but... And if I'm not mistaken, originally that TV was just used as a... It was more or less a retail store display as opposed to something you can purchase. And then I think that Samsung brought it out for like home use as well. But I mean, the sound that came out of that TV was just like, what the fuck, bro? I mean, and once again, we were speaking earlier on the show about the Bose and how it was a small, compact thing with a big sound. Granted, it's chunky and big and wide, but the sound that came out had a dedicated subwoofer. Had an 8-inch dedicated sub in the back of that TV. Maybe it was a 6. I don't remember.
It has a crunch.
Yeah, you like it because it's crunchy plastic. If you move it on the pedestal, it's like... Yeah, but I mean, that's 90s plastic for you. That bitch lasts.
Still works?
I think it works like a charm. And you know what? I remember Funcoland having that, and they were playing demos on it, and it was just like, whoa, this thing is fucking dope. And at first, I always thought, I'm like, yo, wait, the system is built into the TV? Because the way they had it set up, you didn't even see the PlayStation or the Genesis. It was just a controller that would come out from behind the TV, and I used to think, yo, the fucking system is built in the TV. This is amazing. But it was, you could use it as a regular television in your home, but it was specifically made for gaming. Which is dope, man. I fucked with it hardcore. So, all right, give me another topic, man. That was a little bit of Funcoland memories. Great store. Still have my Funcoland hat, employee hat.
So we got Google articles.
Okay.
All right, so we got people are pissed off at Logan Paul doing the Game Boy table.
Why are they mad? Because he's wasting Game Boys. Is that?
Yeah.
I think they're just mad that the dude has a lot of money and he can do what he wants. I saw the video of that. I thought it came out pretty good. It was pretty, I mean, I'm sure he just copied it from somewhere. Like, it's not like he was like designed it. Now, if he did, I apologize. And by the way, was there any follow-up to the story about the fake Pokemon cards?
No, he's trying to go to Chicago
What does that mean?
to get it like authenticated.
Oh, okay. So it's still up in the air. It's still questionable.
Yeah.
Now, what are they authenticating? Because they're not going to open the boxes, right? So they're just authenticating the OG original box
They're probably gonna like talk it over with Pokemon, you know.
with the OG Pokemon people, like secret society, like Masonic Pokemon people. There's too much money in Pokemon, man. It's dangerous. Kids are dying in the streets, man. Scumbags. But anyway, all right. So he made that Game Boy table, which I don't know why I thought it was something he just hung on the wall. I didn't realize it was a table.
All right, see, look at this guy. He said a kid could have enjoyed his first game without a phone.
You know how many motherfucking Game Boys there are out there? There's millions of Game Boy handheld consoles out there. So don't give me that bullshit. That's somebody that's having a bad day, that's upset, that just wants to fucking diss someone that's more successful than them. That's
Somebody else said you could have used all custom shells.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be. Some of the cool part of that is that it's OG. And who knows, maybe those systems were already broken and they were just cosmetically in good shape, but internally not working.
Oh, this might be your burner account. It is not plastic. At least for me, it's 15 childhood desires. 15 small pieces of gaming meant to be played, not displayed.
Oh, that is my burner account. Because I put the bars in at the end. It's meant to be played, not displayed. I like that, though.
So people are pissed.
Yeah, but guess what? I don't think Logan Paul had any issues going to sleep that night. I think he's got his little, 15,000 square foot house with the 9 cars, a couple mil in jewelry, a couple mil in Pokemon cards. And then he decided, you know what? I'll make this nice little table, put my coffee on it, and I'm good. Now, what happened? Floyd Mayweather still didn't pay him, right? Because as soon as you brought that up on the show, I saw the article, I saw the thing. And then I saw Floyd Mayweather wearing some ridiculous Gucci outfit that was a little suspect, I'm not going to lie. But my whole thing with that is, listen, bro, you can wear whatever you want when you're Floyd Mayweather. It's just really, what are you going to tell him? All right, what do we got? We got another Google article, Doyle? I like your Google articles. Sometimes.
All right, so we got Eminem reportedly spent $450K on Bored Ape NFT.
Yeah. The fucking NFTs, man. Can someone make an NFT with me in it so I can get some money off of this shit or something? I still don't understand how it works. I'm still trying to understand it. I got to get the blockchain to authenticate it, and then once it's authenticated, then we can put it for sale, and then it's official, and then... But I mean, look, here's the thing. I don't know enough to know anything, but I will say this about it. I think right now there's real money to be made off it, but I think I'm pretty sure something's gonna happen with it. It might fuck up, or like there's a bubble about it. Like, because there's enough celebrities and big time players buying into it that is creating actual revenue and money, and then other people are buying it, so it's real. I just don't know how long it's gonna last. But $450,000 to Eminem is really not that much money. It's like you spending $7. You know what I'm saying? So like he said, fuck it, And if Eminem buys that, I bet you he can sell it for $1 million the next day. And somebody would buy it. And then the problem with that is, damn, someone bought it for $1 million. Shit, it must be worth $5 million. And then someone buys it for $5 million. Be like, yo, this shit is crazy. It's worth $50 million. I mean, the guy, what's his name? Beeple? You know who Beeple is? He's an artist, a graphic artist, huge, right? He does his graphic art. He does one a day, and he's done it for like 10 years or some crazy shit. He was on Rogan. One of his NFTs, I think, look this up. Type in Beeple, Beeple, NFT sold, and then see what the most expensive one was. If I'm not mistaken, and maybe I'm crazy, I think it was like 70 million.
69 million.
69 million. Beeple NFT. So what kind of nut job motherfucker paid 70 million for that? And what the fuck kind of value? See, this is where I get lost. What value does that NFT have to be worth that much? Like, what the fuck? Somebody get Gary Vee on the line. Hey, you got to just... Listen, NFTs are the future. And if you don't get in on them now, you're not going to be part of the future. And the future is coming whether you like it or not, so you might as well get in on it. Go to garage sales, flip it, buy it, use the money from the garage sales to buy NFTs. Millionaire, done. Gary Vee. I mean, Gary Vee's hyped up about it. But he has a vested interest in it, so it makes sense.
What do you think, buy-in?
So I don't know what I'm buying into, Doyle.
Bored Ape.
Yeah, the ape thing, well, now there are people like, yo, I just screenshot it, now I got it. It's like, it doesn't work that way, bro. Some people really believe that. They're like selling like screenshots. It's like, dude, but there's like a whole certificate of authenticity, and they're coded by certain numbers. I know that people are attaching these things to like their contract based, so like you can provide services with them or something. I just feel uneducated about it. I got to step my game up. Give me another topic. Get me out of NFT land because my brain still doesn't get it.
All right, so we got IG challenge 5 year. Have you done it?
What is that?
I guess IG's been out for 5 years. People are doing maybe challenges.
I'm going to stop you here, Doyle.
What happened?
Tu bruto.
What happened?
IG has been out, bro. I've been on Instagram since like 2011, bro. What are you talking about? My first post on my Insta, if you scroll down my Instagram, it's like 2013.
So people are doing a 10-year challenge then.
Oh man, you know what, Doyle?
All right, 5 years is a milestone.
I think. Well, maybe. Okay, well, hold on. Maybe people are just doing a 5-year like random.
Yeah,
All I'm saying is, Instagram has been out long. Type in when Instagram started. I'm gonna start making you look up a lot more shit because we gotta authenticate some of the shit we say on this show because it gets a little wild. When did Instagram start? Give me the answer.
It says 30 days ago? Nah.
Damn it. Just type in what year did Instagram start? Is it that hard?
In the marketplace? 2010.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I knew I'm not fucking that crazy. I was on the gram back then. I was on the gram.
So how come people are doing 5-year challenges?
I don't know. Well, you're the one that brings up the fucking article. What is it about?
I guess people have been on IG for 5 years.
So
They
they're
gotta
doing
post
like
up 12 like pics or something.
Okay. I get it. Because, some people haven't been on Instagram for that long, so 5 years is a long time. Now, I certainly was way more active 5 years ago than I am now. I mean, I know a lot of people know this already, but like I basically just post story posts. I don't really post on the page. Now, apparently, Instagram is going back to chronological order. I mean, apparently, they say this year they're doing it for sure. Now, whether that works or not, I mean, I think we're already deep in this algorithm bullshit. Now, I don't want to get off on too much of a tangent. I think people have heard my view on this, but the reason I stopped posting as much as I did was because I saw the huge decline in interaction. And like I've always said, it was never about the surface level, shallow, I want likes and comments so I feel better about myself and I think I'm cooler than everyone else. But the point is, I got into Instagram because I already had a collection and I just wanted to share it with people. And then when I found how easy and fun it was to share it with like-minded people and we created this community, it was dope. And I wanted to continue that. And then they decided, no, we're going to show you what we think you like instead of what you actually like or what people are posting in chronological order. I used to post 3 or 4 times a day. You know why? Because I realized if I posted multiple times a day, I'm always at the top of your timeline, so we could always have interactions. And I've had major success with that. And then my shit hit a wall. It was like one day I woke up and I'm like, how come no one's seeing my posts?
Shadow ban?
Call it what you want. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was a specific vendetta against me in particular. I just saw that there was a major change in how much traffic I was getting on my page or interactions I was getting with my posts. And then especially at the time where I was starting to transition, I had just started the audio-only podcast, and it was doing really well because of the cross-advertising from Instagram with the link. And then it just became impossible. And even nowadays, Instagram, even a little as a week ago, I remember I was like, I posted something and normally I get X amount of thousands of views on my story. And then it was like the whole day I had like 203 people saw my post. And I'm like, what? I'm like, that is so dramatically different than yet for no reason. And I'm like, and then even sometimes I'll post a story post and then I'll go back and my story post isn't there anymore. I didn't delete it. It's gone. I'm like, why, where did my story post go? And I'm like, maybe I'm just not seeing it because I'm on my page. So I go to like the Retro Rare Podcast Instagram page and I'll go to my page just to see it and it's not there. Like as if I didn't post it. It's not there. Like, I had to find it. No, it's just not there. So I don't know what it is. It kind of sucks, and that kind of deterred me from posting as much. That's why some people DM me. They're like, why don't you post as much on your page? I'm like, because I ran out of steam, man. I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle. Like, no matter what I do, it's like, and this isn't just me. There's millions of people that feel this way now. If they get back to chronological order, I mean, maybe I'll get back in the game more because I'm tired of scrolling through my timeline. It's like someone posted 9 minutes ago, and then the next post is 3 days ago, and then the other one is 9 hours ago, and then the other one is 16 minutes ago. I'm like, well, that's the algorithm trying to say, no, you like this, this, and this, and this. We filtered out everyone else. Well, what if I want to see everyone else? Then I'll go to like someone's page that like I like and I want to fuck with, and I'm like, oh my god, they have like 7 posts I never saw. Yeah. So anyway, hey, give me another topic. We don't need to get too deep on the algorithms, but
So Instagram was better 5 years ago?
well, whenever they were still doing chronological order, it was definitely better. I feel like almost it's been that long since they switched. It could be that many years since they changed into this. It's only getting worse and worse and worse.
All right, so this is the last Google article.
Okay.
I thought this was fake, but this was real. 2 LAPD officers were fired after they ignored a robbery in order to catch a Snorlax in Pokemon Go.
So this would be you if you were a police officer. You would absolutely let somebody else in danger. You would leave them. You would let them get killed, run over, robbed, whatever, because you found a Snorlax. Now, a Snorlax, is that a coveted Pokemon?
Well, that's what I thought it was fake because it's not.
It's not.
But that was in 2017, so back then it was.
So Snorlax was hot in the streets back in 17.
Yeah, this was newly released because
they were trying to suppress it. They didn't want the people to know.
They just appealed for it in 2017 back then.
So, okay. So there was a call and the officers didn't respond to the call, and then they somehow linked up their phone in the time and realized they were fucking with Pokemon Go?
Yeah, they saw on the dash cam.
Yeah, that's rough, man. I could see, you know what? Hey, now that I think about it, a police officer, that'd be a great job if you were into Pokemon Go because you're always kind of moving around. You can do what you want. You get free gas in your car. You're not paying for gas in your squadron car.
Should I become a police officer?
I think you should. It might be worth it just to play Pokemon Go. Now, you would have to say allegedly on the show. That way you wouldn't get in trouble. But that is kind of fucked up, though. I mean, if you really think, I mean, dude, if I was in trouble and then the cop's like, sorry, I just saw a fucking Snorlax. I tried to get here early.
Yeah, but this was a robbery.
Okay, well, it was a robbery in progress, bro. Somebody was coming in hot with the 9. Yo, give me all your money. And then no cops show up. And then you find out, well, the reason the cops didn't show up wasn't because they were responding to another call. It's because they were looking for a Pokemon. You might have a problem with that. And rightfully so. I believe that would be a legitimate problem to have. Okay. Well, give me another topic, Doyle. What do we got? I know we had a lot of topic submissions this week. I do appreciate the Google articles by Doyle. I know you're diligent in your research.
All right, so we got invalid letter.
Okay.
Favorite chicken wing sauce or flavor.
Okay.
Also ranch or blue cheese. Well, you eat food. Come on.
What do you mean? I love food.
That's what I'm saying. You be Uber Eats.
Yeah, Uber Eats is the devil.
You making millions.
Yo, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, if you go through my order history on Uber Eats, like, if you want to shame me, just do that.
Oh. And they screwed you over one day.
He screwed me over multiple times.
Oh.
I did find a way to just easily, like, I once called the actual restaurant. They're like, bro, listen, calm the fuck down. Just hit the button. Like, they told me, like, just hit the right thing. Say you didn't get this. It refunds it instantly.
Oh.
But, you know, I'm like Big Worm. I'm like, there's principalities involved in it. I wanted my shit, man. Yo, listen to me. If Uncle Mikey has a few glasses of wine and it's like 10:30 on a Tuesday night and I order my fucking chicken sandwich and it doesn't, and I order a side of whatever and the side doesn't come, you've ruined my whole life. My whole life is over. I was specifically waiting for this and it has to be, I get very upset. So anyway, to answer a gentleman's question, I'm a Buffalo guy. Shout out to Griselda. But I like Buffalo. Like, Buffalo sauce is like my shit. If you got some good Buffalo sauce, I'm down. And I'll probably go ranch. Now, the girlfriend, I don't know if you ever noticed this, Doyle, because you've had a couple of meals with us. She has to put some kind of sauce, she can't just eat food the way it is. She has to go like at multiple steps, and it usually involves ranch. I feel like she puts ranch on a lot of things. Are you a sauce guy like that? Is that a...
Barbecue sauce is good.
Yeah. Okay. So you would have. Okay. Well, what do you like? You like what is your sauce? I guess you're a barbecue guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I like barbecue as well, but buffalo, bro. If you can give me buffalo chicken pizza, if it's good buffalo chicken pizza, you got my heart. I fuck with it, for sure. And buffalo wings in general. I'm gonna go ahead and make a couple of people aggravated here as we approach maybe towards the end of the show here. I like boneless wings. I don't like the wings with the bone. And when you see me eat the wings with the bone, you'll notice I eat only like 65% of it. I definitely don't get the whole bone, and it doesn't. No,
The bones never lie.
yeah, like Predator 2. I knew you were gonna bring that up. That's your boy. That's a very obscure reference, and if anyone knows that reference, I give them a lot of credit. The Jamaican drug lord guy in the alleyway when he shakes up the bones in the hand and he rolls them. It's the same every time, and it's just like the same 3 bones. My bones don't look like that when I eat chicken wings.
Predator kills him, right?
Yeah, but he knew he was ready. He was ready for him. He was ready to die because remember he saw him. It was in the puddle, and you know what I always thought. I always thought was funny that Predator has all this technology, and he has all this great shit. They haven't figured out, like, bro, if you step in water, and it fucks with the.
Wait, they don't have water in their planet.
Is that for real?
No.
Is it? Oh, you just made that up. Okay. Because I'm like, how do they have all this
That's
great...
a theory, though.
I guess so, but like he steps in anytime they're in the puddle and shit, and then it gets all, and then you can kind of see their camo. It's like, come on, bro. Yeah, you guys have all this. See, you came here from a million light years away, and you have problems with water and electricity still. Anyway, buffalo is my favorite, and I like boneless wings. So if you're gonna buy your boy some wings, make sure they're boneless. Send them on through.
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill, great big fat person. Yo, Buffalo Bill's a sick motherfucker, bro. I mean, oh man, the lotion in the basket. I feel him when he got aggravated that last time. What the fuck lotion in the back? I feel it. I get that aggravated at things, bro. You know me. I mean, you've been on the end of it a lot. When you get to that last put the lotion in the basket thing, bro, there's a fucking lotion in the basket. I just love the way he talks, man. And he got that poor girl with the couch. Ladies, do me a favor. If a guy ever needs you to help them put a couch in the fucking van with them, and they ask you to go in their van and then they ask you are you about a size 14? You know you got problems. She was just chilling. She was listening to, what was she listening to? American Girl? What was it? Was that the song? Damn
Yeah.
it. What?
Tom Petty.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, good old Tom Petty. God damn, bro. She had no idea. Damn, and they're a little dog, too. Fucking, they got the dog. I got the dog down here. That was a good move on her part.
Yeah, you got it with the chicken wing.
Yeah. Oh, the chicken wings. Speaking of the wings.
The bones.
Yeah. That dog, yeah, I took it out. That dog, he was pissed when he found out that dog was down there, man. Yo, the ending of that movie, bro. The ending of that movie, the first time I saw it, that was intense with the night vision goggles and Jodie Foster. With the little, I love the way those goggles, when you put the light on, it makes that sound.
I might have to buy that in 4K.
They haven't made it in 4K yet, or they did?
No, they just did.
Oh, damn. That would be a dope movie in 4K. You know what? I still respect what's her name in Hannibal. You know, who played Starling. I don't know I forget her name is. She's not Jodie Foster, the other chick.
Oh, they switched her over it.
You know, but because I love Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster was perfect in that role. But the other girl, she did a good job in that.
Oh, Jurassic Park chick.
Fly like a bird, Starling. Fly, fly, fly. What I want is a room with a view. Yeah.
He got it, though.
He got it, yeah.
And then bells in, bells out.
Bowser, yeah, I remember. You like that scene. That's your favorite scene. Anthony Hopkins, once again, sick motherfucker. I mean, just to think. I mean, if there was, none of that's based on a true story. I'm pretty sure. No. Wow, there could be.
Really?
Yo, you know what I saw the most disturbing. Somebody, I haven't logged into my TikTok in a long time, but I was just random on the couch watching Netflix, fucking with my phone. I'm like, you know what? TikTok. And then you get caught in the black hole and you just, yeah, you know what that is. I I'll be the first one to admit this. About 2 years ago, 2 years ago almost, when COVID was like almost starting, or was starting to get crazy, and we were all quarantining for real, I got locked into a nasty, nasty TikTok binge where I was spending way too much time at night scrolling through my phone. I would get just like, that's that social dilemma, what they're talking about with just your mind. I mean, that's fucking, in China and shit, they limit the kids the amount of time that they scroll, and then it starts doing educational shit after a while. Yeah. So anyway, I came across this, because there's a lot of sketchy shit on TikTok. And it was this guy who found this inbred, like Hills Have Eyes, like fucked up family in like Virginia. And like they were fucked up. And they were happy. They weren't like criminals, but they were, you can tell when they're inbred. I mean, the sister's fucking the brother, and the brother's fucking the mother, and then they're having kids. And when that happens, there's a lot of deformities and mental retardation, and they just, not to be mean or rude to anybody, but they just give off and look sketchy. They're just there. They have tics. Their eyes are on the wrong side of their head, and it was just very disturbing. And there was like a 6-part video on TikTok about them, and there was just a guy that was just interviewing.
And CGI?
No, there's no CGI, man. These are the mother was the only one that could actually speak. The other 2 brothers were definitely mentally challenged, and they were making sounds only, but they were intelligent enough where they can show you. Like, I remember they were telling the one, they're like, "What happened to your father?" And he was just like, "Rah, rah." He was making all kind of weird sounds, but he ended up bringing the guy who was interviewing them out to their yard, and they live in this giant property in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere, fucking Virginia, and where they buried the father, he was pointing to the mound on the ground, and he started dancing and getting happy, and I'm like, oh shit. I forget what the name of the family is, but if somebody wants to get sketchy, I guess you could look up Inbred Family Interview Virginia. If you want to get sketchy on a Tuesday, you go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Terrifying Tuesday.
A terrifying Tuesday here on the Retro and Rare podcast. All right, Dole, give me another topic, and I think we'll get out of here on that.
That's it?
Yeah. I mean, when we start talking about inbred families, it's getting sketchy.
All right, so we got Josh Locke.
Okay.
If you can bring back one dead MC in his prime for another album, who would it be?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I like that question. That's a good way to round out the show. I'm going to probably go... I'm probably going to go Big L. Because I think Big L, in the amount of time that he was out, he made such a big impact. So did Big Pun. But there was something about the simplistic way that Big L rhymed, but the way his rhymes hit you. You heard about my last fight, man? All right, then. Just the way he would say shit like that. I got 35 bodies, don't make it 36. And it's just like, man, bro. I always respected the way Big L was just nice with it. And he got killed over some dumb shit. I think it wasn't even his beef. He got shot. It was something stupid. But, of course, you could say Biggie and you could say Big Pun. It's amazing how many rappers died, bro. Like, DMX died, bro. Like, what are we doing? MF Doom. Damn, MF Doom, if he can make another album, would be pretty dope. He probably has so much music that's kind of stored away.
What about Biggie, though?
I said Biggie.
Oh.
But, I mean, to make another album, I think Big L didn't get his just due,
Well, Big Pun?
I also mentioned Big Pun. Big Pun, yo. Remember that verse I showed you on Big Pun? It's like, I think it's the most underrated. I don't want to say the entire verse, but that initial, I don't know how many bars it was on that song, the Ice Firewater with Raekwon. I don't remember the lyrics specifically, but Big Pun says something about I'm about enterprising on the horizon. He's talking about investing with investors, like the way he just comes in on that verse, and just like my mind just I start melting, like it just gets too crazy.
What about Dead in Little Italy?
Yeah, well, that's another one. Dead in the middle of Little Italy. I mean, yeah, that was when that came out, right? Everyone wanted to learn that exact thing verbatim. I actually, that was the highlight of that song. But actually, I kind of liked when Fat Joe's verse came back in when he did the creep with me as I cruise in my Beamer. All the kids in the ghetto call me Don Carnagina. I mean, see, here's the thing. Fat Joe, he ended up, conforming more or less to the newer sound of music as time went by. It's cool. He stayed relevant, and he's a different person now. He has his own media shit now, and he's great at what he does now. But Fat Joe was nice early, and also, people don't know, Fat Joe was also real nice with the graffiti. Him and KRS-One ran around doing a lot of rights in New York City, the Bronx specifically. But Fat Joe was nice with it. Back in the day, bro, I mean, a lot of people don't give him his credit about how nasty he went. Somebody like Ja Rule, too. When Ja Rule was first initially back in the day, Ja Rule was nice with it. I forget that famous video. I forget the song, but he's wearing that Bubble Goose North Face, rapping in front of the bodega and shit. He's going ham. And then he made a lot of the songs for the bitches and stuff, and that's cool, and that's where he made his money and made his he sold a lot of records that way, and which is fine. And then 50 Cent completely murdered his whole career, which was crazy. But it's funny. It's like, where the fuck is 50 Cent at now? He switches lanes too. I can't hate on him. He's more of a media mogul now with his TV shows and stuff. But I can't blame him. Hip hop's a young man's game, and it is what it is. But anyway, to round that out, I would like to hear a Big L album. That would be my answer. What's your answer? Is it gonna be Biggie? Or, I don't know. Big Pun?
I'm a Pac.
No, we got way too much music from Pac after he died. He released like 70 albums after he fucking died, bro. How many albums from Pac you want?
Yeah, but those were like...
I take the love for my enemies.
Yeah, that's it.
I still have not found the song where he says that. I swear to God I heard Tupac say that before. It sounds like a Tupac line.
What do I ain't mad at you?
Oh, you a Muslim now. No more dope game.
That's a good one.
I love that. I used to love that. When I was a kid, bro, I have distinct memories of watching that video, like waiting for the school bus to come for school. That song was dope. I Ain't Mad At You was dope. I used to fiend for your sister, but never went up in her. I still want to know where he said, I think the love for my enemies. I used to think it was from the Tupac and Biggie freestyle, which was dope. I used to love that. I think the Lord for my many blessings, no stress and keep a vest for protection in a battle little Mir Wesson.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that was a dope. That's the one with Biggie. Oh my God, I'm dropping shit like a pigeon. I hope you're listening. I'm smacking babies at the christening.
That's pretty good.
I know, man. That Biggie freestyle. That was on, I heard it on Funk Flex and Big Cap the Tunnel. That was where I heard that freestyle. That was, and that was a real freestyle. They really did that on stage together. That wasn't like some compiled shit. That was real. That was a good album, actually. The Funk Flex. The beginning of that album is because the Tunnel, a famous New York City nightclub, which was gritty and grimy and crazy, and people getting stabbed every night like nuts. So, the beginning is just the bouncer outside the club. Hey, everybody, New York shit. Hey, ain't no one get in. Take your shoes off. Everybody take your shoes off. The beginning of it is just like a typical New York City nightclub like night, specifically at the Tunnel, because they were trying to search everybody for everything because it got popping in the Tunnel. Yeah, I've been in the Tunnel once or twice, underage, shouldn't have been there, almost got killed multiple times. Had 2 bad nights at the Tunnel. Had to go check it out for myself, though. I was a curious teenager back then. Little Mikey get on the train to Long Island, end up in the city just roaming around. Let me hit a Limelight. Let's go. Yeah. But it was fun. It was good times. It was experiences, and it made me the man I am today. All right, Doyle, we're going to get out of here. Is there anything you would like to impart on the people before we leave the show today?
I ain't mad at you.
Okay. I mean, how could I be mad at you for that? So I give it to you.
Well, sometimes, I'm late and you get mad.
Oh, no. I'm constantly mad at you, but I do like the reference from the Tupac song. I mean, I can't be mad at you for that, but I am mad at you for a multitude of other reasons. But I'll let it go, and I like it. And the people actually like you imparting the knowledge, so we'll let it go.
Oh.
Cool. All right, keep a lookout for some new content. We are going to get the damn Patreon page and the merch going at some point here. But until next time, peace.